Hi, namaste, and welcome to Breakout with me, Abha. Thank you so much for watching. As you know, we bring to you some exceptional people over here, and today we have an exceptional kid. She doesn't think she's a kid. We all would want to believe she is, but she doesn't think she is. And this is our 50th interview, so she's here especially for our 50th interview on Breakout. She is an author at the age of 10, a motivational speaker, and she's the youngest author in India, featured in the Child's magazine as one amongst the 8 child prodigies in India. So she's an apt person for Breakout as their 50th episode. She believes that there is so much out there in the environment for young people to do and get inspired by, and we should allow them to do that. We cannot tell them what to do. We should ask them what they're capable of. So she has spoken at the prestigious Global TED Conference in Vancouver, TED Youth in New York, TED Getaway, TED Bhilwara, NASCOM and Rex Conclave events all over the world. She emphasizes the message that all parents have a responsibility to help their children in discovering themselves, their creative talents, their interests, and motivating them to be the best of themselves. So, please meet Ishita Katyal. Ishita, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am very good, but I'm so thankful because this is our 50th episode today after we started out. So you are our special guest today as our 50th guest episode.
And congratulations.
Thank you, and congratulations to you for all that you have done at such an early age. So I want to ask you, what do you eat? What do you eat? Because you think like this. How do you eat? What does mom feed you with?
Food that I like. But I must say, I am a picky eater. So,
All of you are. Tell me about picky eaters. I have got two in my house. Yes. So, how do you tell me how early did you start to think differently? How early did thoughts come to you that told you that you have something in you which is different from other kids? If not that, that you were just talking to yourself and you found that you wanted to do something different, and you wanted to talk about yourself and you wanted to go out there and make your presence felt. When did that happen?
since I was a really small kid, like I think 3.5 to 4 years old, I loved speaking. I would speak on my annual day, and in the mall when there were these small contests, I would go there. And that's where all the speaking things began. And so when I was 8, our teacher asked us in class, "What do you want to be when you grow up?"
Right.
And I was like, mm, when you grow up, why don't you ask us what we want to be now?
Right.
Because why should we wait till the future time?
Right.
Let's do something now which will result in something good in the present or in the future.
Right.
So that's when it came to my mind that I should start doing what I like in the present moment instead of waiting the 9 years, 10 years, and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's when it all began, and I started talking to people. I tried to find forums which were good for me. I created my own TEDx Youth event, which is called TEDx Youth at Balewadi.
Right, right,
That's
right. I saw that. So you also like this is a great way to look at things because why should we wait to grow up? This is the moment. This is now when we do what we want to do and think what we want to think. So you've also written a book called Simran's Diary when you were 8. Okay, so now I hold on. Let me drink some water. Uh, so you're writing books at 8. You're speaking at TED, and you're creating your own youth events at 10. And where are you going with this? At 8, kids are still sleeping, kids are still kids are still picky eaters. So apart from being a picky eater, you were doing all this stuff. So what made you write that book?
so I have it with me if you want to see it.
Yes, sure, yeah, sure.
So I know it'll be like all the text you can see it opposite, but this is my book.
So let me see. Simran's diary: happy, sad, and funny experiences of an 8-year-old. Right? I
Yes.
read it right. I am still okay with reading. Okay. Tell us about the book.
So during my summer vacations, I was completely bored. I was sitting and I was like, what should I do? So like any other kid would, I went to my parents and I said, what should I do? They said, do what you like. And I said, I like so many things: dancing, singing, writing. Although I'm terrible, terrible singer, and dancing and reading books and stuff like that. They said, do it.
Mhm.
So I got a new notebook and I started writing stories in it. And first they were short stories, but then I wrote one whole book. I joined them together,
Right.
and my parents read them and they thought it was worth publishing.
Right.
So at first we self-published it on Amazon.
Mhm.
Then publishers contacted us, and now it's a published book.
Okay. Who are the publishers now?
It's Patridge Publishing.
Okay, great. Okay, apart from writing books, you said your hobbies, you like to write, you like to dance, you like to sing, and you also like to play basketball, right?
I love to play
You love to
basketball.
play basketball, and now you're learning to swim.
Yeah.
So very clearly, you are at it, and I'm quite impressed and quite happy to meet you.
Thank you.
Tell
So
me
am I.
about your ideas about you say parents should help children discover their creative talents, let them do what they can do then and here and now. What about schools? Have you been able to influence the schools in the same way? What school do you go to?
I go to Vidya High School,
You go to Vibgyor and Vibgyor in Pune.
Pune.
In
Yes.
Pune. Okay, so my daughter was in Vibgyor, Mumbai, one
Oh,
one of their branches. So
she went from Vidya Mumbai to Vidya Pune.
okay. Oh, she was in Vibgyor, Mumbai some years ago. So, have you been able to say the same things in school and have the teachers or the principal or the administration given attention to this part of education in children?
Um, yes, which is the good part. So, um, whenever possible, sometimes our school, we have assemblies,
Right,
every, like every once a week.
right,
So sometimes during assemblies, they would call me to share my thoughts with the children and once and with the teachers as well. So the children come to know this is happening, and
right,
I tell them about different forums that are there so
right,
they can find their talent. And in my school, competitions keep happening, and there are
right,
many things for children to find their talent.
right.
So, yeah, so our school and different schools, at least here in Pune, are picking that up very fast.
That's really nice. So you through your work or whatever you're doing, your thoughts, you're helping a lot of other children being able to find their own creative talents. Now tell me something. You've been. I always believe because I have two children, okay,
Mhm.
and they are quite mad. So that's what everybody tells them because they are also come up with fancy ideas all the time. So I'm always full of ideas. How good do you think? I mean, do you sit down and write your ideas? Because I'm sure you get lots and lots of ideas. And the way you're performing just now in this moment in right now, you don't want to wait to grow up. What do you do with those ideas? Tell other kids because they all have these ideas, they have to be able to pick those ideas and do something with it. So how do you do that? What's your process?
So I am a very keen observer myself. So whenever I find an idea that I think will help me or I should remember, I just note it down in a notebook or
Right.
I just like type it on the phone.
Uh-huh.
And later when we come home or if we are at home, I look at those ideas later and I say, you know, what can I do with these ideas? Let's try to do something good with these ideas.
Right.
So, after I know what I should do with those ideas, I just start it, and other things like it goes well,
Mhm.
thankfully.
Mhm.
Sometimes it does not, but topsy turvy turns will come, and you have to,
Right.
pass them.
Right. So everybody who's watching and listening to Ishita, you got to whenever you get the ideas, make a note of them. And that's a huge thing to do, and we teach that to adults as well. Make a note of them, sit down over them, dwell over them, understand what to do with them, and pick them up as fast as you can. Do something with them. Just do something with them because things may not go as well as you imagine or as well as you think, but unless and until you go do something about them, nothing works. So you got to go put those ideas on paper, get moving with it, take some action, figure what's gone right, figure what's not gone so right, and change that. Yeah, that's formula Ishita Katyal, right? Okay. Acha, abhi ye batao, tell me, how was, because I heard your speech on that, what would you do when you grow up, Wali, speech, I had heard that. Uh, I want to ask you, it's growing up is all a concept of society, according to me. Okay, it's about, like, your teacher will always ask you, because we were asked the same question, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I did not have an answer then, because I always felt that, like yourself, that this is it. I'm doing it right now. I don't want to talk about future. I will create the future. So what do you think about that? Do you think a future can be created? Do you think we don't have to, growing up is just an idea that people talk about? It doesn't exist?
So honestly, I think age is just a number.
Yeah.
I can have amazing ideas if I'm 3, if I am 40, if I'm 100 years old, doesn't
Right.
matter. So
Exactly.
age is just a number.
Right.
But what we do right now will give us some of the other result in the future.
Right.
So while I say that the present is important, I'm not saying that the future is not important. I do think that the present is very important. Yes, it is. But as much as the present is important, the future is important as well.
Right.
So you can ask children what they want to be now, which is better than the question, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Right.
That's my idea. But asking them what they want to be when they grow up is not at all incorrect. Because even if you ask them that question, they will have some idea. You know that, yeah, in the future, I know I will do this, and then I can be that in the future.
Right.
So what you are doing now will result in the future.
Right. So if we were to reframe the question, okay, we were to tell all teachers and parents across the world that we should ask a better question. Okay, let's, instead of, because based on what you've said, that growing up, why should I wait for me to grow up? I want to do it now. I have ideas now. I have creative things to do now. So let us, me and you, get together and put a question out there, and a better question to be asked from teachers and parents, that they should not ask, what do you do? What would you want to do when you grow up? But what can they ask? Let's see. Let's see what's your idea.
So, what should they ask instead of asking what they
Yeah, so
want?
if we were to better this question, this is a good question. We've heard this question when I was a kid, I heard it. So now you're hearing it. So it has gone on for a long time, that means many decades. So we ask the same question again and again, कि आप बड़े होके क्या बनना चाहते हो? So what do we now, how should we get together and make a better question over here?
So, what I say
Yeah.
is, instead of asking children what they want to be when they grow up,
Right.
a better question is, you should ask them what they want to be now.
Right.
Because the present moment is more important than the future moment.
Right.
And the question, what do you want to be when you grow up, um, it inherents, it tells children that, wait,
Uh-huh.
wait for so and so years.
Right.
You know, I won't let you be it now.
Right.
So I say live in the moment. Why
Right.
wait for something? You know, doing something now will give you better ideas, and you will learn amazing things if you start now.
Right. Okay, so that's a great perspective, because I would also, let me add what I would say over there, because when we start we are always doing something or the other. We are always doing something or the other. So if we just limit it to some things, which is to do with school, or just to do with education, just to be getting in through the motion of figuring out what to do. Instead of that, we do that, but alongside that, we should also be continuously expressing ourselves, doing things, acting out certain things that we like to do, because that gives us the knowledge about ourselves, of what we are capable of, which we should start doing very early, like Ishita is doing. So all the kids out there, you have to understand that it doesn't happen sometime in future. It happens now. You got to start acting now, because that is what, not just that you have to learn some capabilities, you're born with some capabilities, you're born with creative ideas, you're born with talent, and you can start using it right away. Because what, when that happens, you learn about yourself and what you're capable of doing, right?
Yeah.
Was mine also okay?
Correct. It was perfect. I
Okay, so
completely agree with you.
so tell me about your TEDx experience in Vancouver, New York. How was the response?
It was amazing, and my dream was to speak at TED.
Uh-huh.
And so when I first got the email from TED, it was like late night, and I was like, TED, okay, yeah. And then the next morning I wake up, I'm like, TED, oh God, TED, and I am jumping around like TED, TED, and then we in the flight I was because that was the talk I was most nervous for. What for was most nervous for?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. For other talks, it was not as much as TED because for me it is like such a big platform. It is.
It is, yeah.
So so during the flight, I would sit, and while I am sitting, I would just murmur the talk to myself. I will just say, I can mention this, yeah, I can mention this,
Uh-huh.
and I would imagine myself, giving a good talk so
Right.
that I feel good. And the moment we reached Vancouver, it was beautiful. And another great thing was I got to meet my mamu, my uncle.
Okay, how sweet.
So yeah, and during my talk, like before I was going to give the talk, I was backstage, and then I am in front of the mirror there, and there's this whole what is that? A shelf of snacks,
Right.
and water, bottled water, and I don't want to have anything. I'm just walking, and I'm just thinking, will it go good? Will it not? And then the most scary thing is they come in and they're like, "You're up," and I'm like, and then they're putting the mic, they're adjusting it, and then they're like, "You're gonna do great," and I'm like, "I don't know." So I go up on stage, and I was like, okay, take the feel of the stage, and I made eye contact with everyone, and then I just started, and I said what I just said it, and when I was done, it was like the happiest moment for me. I was like, yay, it's done. And then the Chris Anderson,
Yeah.
Chris sir, the founder of TED, he came and asked me a question.
Right.
And then I came back and sat down. And then there was a big surprise. Like one of the members from TED comes to us and says, someone's here to meet you. And I was like, okay, who could it be? Must be, someone who is a friend and they want to, talk to me or something.
Right.
So we went out and I saw A.R. Rahman, and I was like, oh God. And I'm like, Mom, my notebook, I want his autograph. And then I ran to him, I'm like, Sir, I'm such a big fan, Sir, I'm such a big fan. And I just blabbered everything I knew about him. Sir, can I have your autograph? So I got one autograph from my name, then one from my best friend Anvita,
Uh-huh.
and then one for Daddy.
Uh-huh.
And then I just wanted to click thousands of pictures with him, but I was like, can we have a picture? And then we took a picture, and I felt so great. And um, then I just got to meet so many people, and like Jason Silva, Jaden Smith,
Yeah.
and Sergi Bryan, and I was like, it's like the best event I have come to instead because
Right.
it's just you get to meet so many people, know different kind of cultures, know
Right.
their ideas as well.
Right, right. So that, what made you start? I mean, you started your own TED Youth event, right?
Hmm.
So how did you do that?
So my mom was part of the TEDx Pune community,
Uh-huh.
and she comes home one day, and I said, "Mom, can you tell me what TEDx Pune and TEDx is?" She explained everything to me, and she told me that anyone can apply for a TEDx license.
Right,
So I said, "Can I?" And she said, "I said anyone can, so you can too."
right,
So, but it's on like there would be Skype calls, and it's their choice if they would let me have the license or not. So
right.
I filled the whole form. We submitted it, and I made like so. Then I had a first Skype. The first Skype call I had, I was very nervous, and then um, the it was Amanda ma'am who was talking to me. She's a very pretty and amazing lady. I love her. She's awesome. So I was talking to her, and first of all, when we started, she's like, "Hi," and I was like, "You're so pretty." And then I was very shy, like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, tell me." And then the second one, I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" So when that's when I came to know about TEDx. She said you'll have to form a team, and then give me your ideas. It was very difficult to make children understand what TEDx was and what TED was, because
Right.
so we had a meeting in my school because it was TEDx youth. So I wanted it to be about the
Young
children, about the youth, about young people.
Right.
So I talked to them, and they thought it was about Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and they asked me, will we get to meet Narendra Modi? And I said, actually, it's kind of different. And we had another meeting, and to give them a fair idea, a very clear idea.
What?
So thankfully and finally, they got the idea, and we kept a box that I created. There were two boxes that we created and the team together, and it had like this small slit to. There were like pieces. You had to get a piece of paper, write your idea, your name,
Right.
and how old you are, which class you are in.
Right.
Fold it and then put it inside the box.
Right.
So on the weekend, we would come and open the box and get the chits out to see, what are the different ideas. Almost everyone still wrote Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Clean India, Green India, and then finally we, like going through the chits, we found I guess 3, 4 girls who had amazing ideas, and it was all about technology, and there was one classical dance performance as well. So I formed a team of my close friends, and the day of the event came, and it went really nicely.
How nice. How nice. So great work there. So you tell me this, Ishita. We've talked about your speech. We've talked about the education, this thing, and how you, as kids, you feel that this is also the moment. And I agree with you completely on that one. And so thanks to your parents who supported you for that. Um, Other than that, my question to you is that we are living in times where the girls, and we live in India, we come from India, both of us. You're a girl, we are listening to so much noise about the girl child, and how girls should be and how girls should not be. Thanks to I mean your parents, that you're living a different kind of life, but there are a lot of girls out there who do not get opportunities like this, or their parents don't believe that it's important to, number one, to move away from education and do something like this. Number two, I think the way we think of our girls, not in the cities but all over the country, that we think about our girls, that it's better to keep her a little bit subdued. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think that in India especially, girls are underestimated a lot, and
Absolutely, I
boys are
like
given
that. I like that.
a bigger platform than girls. So I think that girls and boys are equal.
Right.
So even if it was a boy on the stage or a girl on the stage, we can do the same things. A girl can do something amazing, a
Right.
boy can do something amazing as well. And there are so many great achievers who were girls, and
Right.
so like, and I always, there are these debates between us in the class, like between boys and girls, that always happen. Girls are the best, boys are the best, girls are the best. So we always say that if it wasn't a girl, we wouldn't have been here. A
Right.
girl grows up to a lady, and then we come here.
Right.
So, and I think that even if it's a girl or a boy, we can do something really big.
Right.
And if you have a girl, then and ask her what, and even if it's a boy, then
Right.
just ask them, what are you interested in? Tell me, do you have any thoughts? Are we stopping you to do anything?
Right.
Tell us. We want you to. At the end of the day, she's your daughter, and you want her to live a happy life, and
Right. Right.
live freely, have freedom. So, so just ask her these kind of questions, And that's when you'll come to know your daughter or your son completely.
Right.
And once you know that, I think you can go ahead with it. Try to give platforms to your children.
Right.
Ask them if they are comfortable with it. Don't just force them
Right.
to do it.
Right. So I think you're right. So it doesn't matter it's a boy or a girl. Anybody who can do a good job of whatever they're doing, whatever they are thinking, and whoever puts in the effort, whoever puts in the hard work is supposed to be appreciated for that. It does not matter if it's a girl or a boy. And to all parents out there, if you're listening to what Ishita is saying, give your children the freedom to go out and do, give them the opportunities, go out there, and it's for us to learn as parents that there are tons of opportunities sitting out there. We do not have to bother about the girl or the boy thing in society. We need to create great individuals out there, and it's a parent's responsibility as much as it is the child's responsibility to look after their life. But we can make a huge difference to the way our children are. Doesn't matter if it's a girl or a boy. This is a living example sitting in front of us. So, Ishita,
I also think
हाँ जी, बोलो.
waiting. Sorry if I interrupted
नहीं,
you.
बोलो, बोलो.
So I think instead of waiting for the opportunity to come,
Right.
I think we should create the opportunity ourselves.
Exactly, exactly. So I think when kids are young, the responsibility or the opportunity of creating an opportunity lies with the caretakers, parents, elder brothers and sisters, teachers, and people who are out there bringing the kids up in some form or the other. So it's very important that we can create it right now, and it's possible for all of us. Just let the kids go out there and do it. So Ishita, now my question to you is: you said you're a terrible singer, right? You write, dance, and sing. All of that. That's your hobbies. So you are a terrible singer. You have to sing for us. A terrible song. No, no, no. You have to sing a terrible song for us. Sure. Let us see how terrible you are.
I can't sing.
No, no. You listen. See, you have said it. Now I have caught on to it. So you have to tell me. You have to sing it for us.
Oh,
Two lines.
God.
Anything you like. Any. Pick the song. Doesn't matter if it's English or Hindi. I love the Hindi music also.
I love English songs and Hindi songs.
Sing whatever you want.
Mhm. Which artist?
Anybody. Who are you?
I don't
calling?
want anyone to feel bad. Like if you're a fan of that artist, you're gonna
Doesn't
feel
matter.
very bad.
Who's Ishita the fan of? That is important. Doesn't matter. Everybody else is just listening to you. They're their
Oh,
fan.
I love Harry Styles, but I can't. I just can't sing like him. Ariana. Oh, I can sing Selena.
Go on, come on. Let's hear the terrible singing.
Just one note to everyone. Sorry for my terrible voice. That's what my voice is. And if you're a Selena fan, then just please don't hear this.
This show is for Ishita fans.
Forward.
We're not Selena fans here. We are Ishita fans here. Come on.
Oh God. 2 lines.
Take your pick.
Mm. Without the tune, can I do it without the tune?
No, of course. Go on. Yeah.
I'm so sick of that same old love. My body's had enough.
धत तेरे की ये क्या गाना गया? Without the tune ऐसे थोड़ी बोला था. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. One Hindi
Yeah,
one.
I can say. Okay.
With the tune, one Hindi song, whichever one.
Okay. Hindi song.
कौन सा हिंदी वाला अच्छा है? What do you like? Who do you like? Do you like A.R. Rahman songs? Of course, you do.
I do.
Yeah. So
Um,
sing us one of those.
I don't know many though.
Never mind. Anyone.
Okay, I can sing. Do you know the song? Does it have to be a Hindi song?
Anything. Hindi, English, anything you like. I'm just thinking because you sang the English without the tune, so let's see the Hindi with the tune.
Okay. Okay, I can do an English song with it.
Okay, go on, go on.
Take away your things and go. You can take back what you said. I know. I've heard it all before, at least 1,000,000 times.
Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice. You aren't as terrible as you think. So you're not as terrible as you think. So my last question to you, Ishita, I will not ask you what would you want to do when you grow up. I'm going to ask you a different question for the same thing. But what are your big plans from here on into the future? What are you looking forward to? What are you creating in this world? How are you making the contribution? And what is Ishita going to be 10 years from now?
So, I am planning to write my second book right now. And my second TEDx Youth at Balewadi event is also coming up.
Right.
I'm just looking forward to, speak at more and more events, share my ideas with people because I love to do that.
Right.
And 10 years from now, I want to be a girl or a lady, I guess, who people are inspired by and who, people I want to be a motivational speaker and I want to continue writing more and more books.
Super. Super. So we are listening to and watching Ishita Katyal her with a vision of being a motivational speaker. Write more and more books, and watch out for the inspiration that this girl is going to bring into all our lives, all the children's lives, all the adults' lives, and showing us the brighter side of life, and showing us possibilities, and showing us what we can do with our minds, our thoughts, our ideas, and our actions. So Ishita, thank you very much. I am so glad I'm talking to you. This was so
So am
much
I.
fun, and thank you for being our 50th guest, and also making it so much more fun.
Thank you to you.
Thank you. No better. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love to talk to children, and I wish that next time on when we are doing something more, I will invite you back again, and we'll talk
Definitely.
more. And if you have more ideas and you want to talk about your ideas here with me, we can bring you back again. So just let me know.
Yeah.
Okay? Bye bye.
Bye.